Imagine you are a grade 7 student. Tapos yung school mo is shifting from 4 quarters to 3 terms na lang. Which is something na never mo pang na-experience sa buong school life mo. And yung teachers mo is merong bagong curriculum na ibinabalang last month. And yung senior high school options mo is iba. Iba dun sa options na meron yung mga ate at kuya mo dati. And somewhere in your school is merong remediation program na dati wala naman. So wala kang kaalam-alam dito sa mga to. And papasok ka lang ng school, you show up trusting that the people in charge did their best. And sa video na to, yung tiwala na yan yung nakasalalay ngayon dito. Okay, quick disclaimer lang. So I will be using curriculum analysis to analyze, examine the reforms, kung do they make sense ba. And yung mga analysis ko dito is based on the curriculum analysis lens, based on my personal experience as an educator, and based on these are based also on public documents available, and it does not represent the official position of DepEd, my school, or my division. Okay? So, ito yung na-discover ng EDCOM 2. EDCOM 2 discovered that around 30% lang ng grade 3 students ang proficient. Meron silang proficiency. 30%. 3 sa 10 mga estudyante ang may proficiency sa grade 3. That means, yung 3 na yon ay naabot nila yung level na kung saan sila dapat nung grade 3 sila when it comes to reading, writing, and math. And yung proficiency na yun is nagko-collapse paunti-unti habang tumataas sila ng grade level. And na-discover ng EDCOM 2 na yung mga grade 12 students is meron lang silang 0.4% proficiency. That means, sa 1,000 mga estudyante, 4 lang yung proficient. And that is problematic. Bukod doon, na-discover din ng EDCOM 2 na ang average na school days lang is 191 days. And with some regions losing up to 42 days. 42 days to calamities, holidays, and activities. So, kaya naman, itong DepEd is nag-implement siya ng 4 major changes. Pero, bago tayo magpatuloy doon sa mga reforma, ay sino ba tong EDCOM 2? So, ang EDCOM 2 is, ito yung, kumbaga, expert team na itinalaga ng Kongreso para mag-examine doon sa ating learning crisis at maglatag ng future game plan para sa ikauunlad ng ating edukasyon dito sa ating bansa. So, kaya naman DepEd is implementing its most sweeping structural overhaul. I-overhaul talaga yung education system, bubuksan, kukumpunuhin, parang sasakyan, overhaul. At yun na nga, meron tayong 4 na papalitan. May 4 na pagbabago. And una na dyan, yung shift from 4 quarters to 3 trimester na lang tayo. And that is from the order number 9, series of 2026. And yung pangalawang pagbabago is yung yung pagpapatuloy ng matatag curriculum from kinder to grade 10. Yung pangatlo is yung senior high school. Yung dating 4 na track is ginawa na lang nilang 2 Academic and Tech Pro. And yung dating 15 core subjects, 5 na lang siya ngayon sa senior high school. And panghuli, yung fully funded na ARAL program. So this is a remediation program na fully funded na. So ayun yung 4 na major reform. So ang tanong na lang natin is, kaya ba ng sistema yung 4 na sabay-sabay na pagbabago considering weeks lang yung ating preparation? June 8 na yung pasukan. Kaya ba? So, para masagot yan is ipapaliwanag ko sa inyo yung curriculum analysis ng ng mabilisan lang. So, curriculum analysis in education is ito yung ginagamit ng mga educators to examine a curriculum in detail. Ano ba yung content niya, yung goals niya, yung goals, content, yung time, yung assessment, to see if it makes sense in learning and to check what needs to be improved. So, a good curriculum, hindi lang siya dapat maganda on paper. It should have clear goals. It should have content that are coherent and realistic. Meron to dapat na enough time to breathe. And meron siya dapat assessment that is aligned to what we say we value. And a good curriculum should be designed with the teachers and the community na gagamit ng curriculum na ito. And it should reflect an honest answer to ano ba talagang klase ng citizen yung hinuhubog natin. And finally, a good curriculum should have a built-in way to check if it is working. And so, it can be developed or improved based on real experiences, lalo dun sa mga context na medyo challenging. So, ang ginawa ng DepEd is they already released the 3-term budget of work. So, nag-release na sila ng mga official materials and kasama na dyan yung 3-term budget of work. And yung senior high school resources is they are now being uploaded. Yung memo is na-release na for yung para sa Strengthened Senior High School program. Yung ARAL program is fully funded na. So on paper, the content is there. But released and ready are two very different things. Kasi yung 3-term budget of work is nilabas lang noong April 15, 2026. And that is about, less than 2 months before the opening on June 8. Tapos, some of the resources sa senior high school is still being uploaded, kinokompleto pa. And as of February 2026 yon, yung mga teachers natin is mag-a-adjust hindi lang sa isang changes, kundi 4 na sabay-sabay na mga pagbabago with weeks to prepare. Kaya naman if we hold those reforms against what curriculum analysis says about what a good curriculum must have, content that are coherent and realistic, enough time to breathe, curriculum that is designed with teachers, not for them, and a curriculum that has built-in ways to check if it is working. Talagang makikita natin yung issue. And I'm not saying that the goals are what's wrong. Walang mali sa goals. Kasi actually, yun yung mga problem na dapat isolve ng DepEd. Yung pagre-reorganize ng time, they are reorganizing the time with that shift from 4 quarters to 3 terms. And yung senior high school, inayos nila yung ating content, they are decongesting it with the matatag curriculum, and yung remediation program is fully funded. So, yun yung mga problem na dapat i-solve. But a curriculum that arrives on the hands of the teachers just weeks before the opening of the school on June 8th, it feels less like a curriculum that is designed with the teachers, but more like a curriculum handed down to them. And hindi ko to sinasabi to condemn the reforms, but I believe that those changes deserve an honest chance to succeed, and mangyayari lang yun kung ilalatag natin yung mga risks ng malinaw. Kasi kung ang sistema is we design and then implement agad without seeing first how it plays out in the real classrooms, yung mga risks na yan, it does not stay in the policy documents. It travels to the classroom, to the teachers who are doing their best with what they have, and most especially sa mga bata na papasok sa June 8, trusting that the adults in charge got it right.